Hello there, little friends. Yeah, I'm back. Got some more Final Fantasy going on. I'm going where I need to go. Taking care of a few things before we actually get started in here. Um, yeah, some new stuff came down the pipeline regarding updates to terms of service and whatnot. So it's gonna be interesting getting used to some new things. So yeah, I'm probably gonna be putting disclaimers in my videos from here on out because of that. Basically, you can get in trouble from what I was reading. Um, I wasn't reading at Reddit, I was reading the actual um, text of the changes. Um, you stream something and you are critical of another player, um, you can get in trouble for that. And that just doesn't make sense to me. So, yeah, I need to take care of a few things. So we are going to be sitting here for a moment. To go sit and watch the rain by the waterfall. Really, that's kind of not a good. So I will be right back. Enjoy the scenery. Oh, I also messed with a few settings, and hopefully I will not be dealing with more dropped frames. So far so good. The only difference is that the CPU load is 3 times where it normally is. So I went from hardware to software for the encoding. That fixes it, because my CPU load usually never gets above, 20% unless I'm encoding something. So for tonight, we are going to be pushing through the storyline. I got through a bit of the storyline earlier today and have unlocked the next 2 instances, which are going to be Susanoo, one of the trials, and the level 63 dungeon. So we're gonna hop right into that, right out of the gates. Yeah, you try to change the camera angle when you sit down, first person, and you stand up. That doesn't make sense to me. Alright. Also set up to do a lot of things today. Going to Shisui of the Violet Tides, the place that we're going into first. Level 63 dungeon, it's not main story. Main story is going to be the Pool of Tribute. And this is a dungeon that I am very familiar with because I like the costumes from it. The armor is actually one of the sets on my main character. It looks so pretty at night. Oh, I should go visit my wrong character. I can't visit my house unless I'm on the character that the house is belonging to. I have a few weeks to get through everything. I think that if I can do a little bit every day, we'll get there. Try that again, but actually forward. On the roof. Go. And of course, my biggest complaint, can't look up. Only go that far. I'll be able to look up. Now you might think that it's kind of trivial to want to look up, but there are some dungeons, some instances, and some locations that, you know, you reach the limit of where you're looking and there's still stuff that you want to see and you can't see it no matter what direction you turn. So, we're going to enter this dungeon now. Come on. Shisui of the Violet Tide. I also turned the volume up a little bit more for the music. Love this place. Pretty. Now, recommended, if you're tanking, turn on your tanking stance. These things will have a fish that pops out and deals damage to you. I'm pulling everything up to this next section. And I'm gonna, not that, pop a cooldown. And realize that I may have overpulled for what the healer can do. So, not everyone can heal big pulls. And even two groups can be a big pull. That's my mistake. The healer was focused more on DPSing instead of healing. Right. With those down, one of these pools is going to start bubbling. Run to the pool, get knocked into the air, the next section. Going to do another pull. Remember to avoid all of the feelers that are sticking out of the ground. Avoid all the ground AoEs. I am also wearing gear that is a little bit below level. I'm wearing level 60 gear. It's comparable to level 51 dungeon gear, or level 61 dungeon gear. Although, maybe a little fit here for what I'm doing. Hopefully I'll get more than just the final drop in this place. Right, avoid those things because that's what happens. Jump out, take damage. First boss. Reached the first boss. Amikiri. This is a scorpion-style boss that will pin a character. You gotta attack the tail to release them from being pinned. We'll summon ads. Right, it targeted the healer. Just gonna run over. Pins. Getting ready to attack. You need to break the leg. Falls over. Takes extra damage while it's on its back. Pop cooldowns during this point. Heal as much as you can. Back up. Mikiri emerges. Establish threat on it. Alright. Trying to remember what the blue things are. I think it's just... yeah. It's targeted AoE that leaves something on the ground afterward. Let's heal Teeth Paste. Reminder that Paladin Heal, when used on another character, also heals the Paladin. You have an option of casting it on someone else. Oh. Gonna run away from Teeth Paste. Down. And Amikiri is... oh. Alright, give us some tank gear. Got the boots offending. We equip them immediately. Update gear. Love how they call it boots, but it's really just sandals. Alright, so for this section, I'm only doing 2 rooms. The healer has actually voiced that they are not comfortable with the really big pulls. Okay, I'll help you out a little bit. Myself a heal. I'll pop my other... wow. Okay. Because I'm also here after... no, you are not going to go after them. You're going to go after me. Thank you. not going to overpull. Yeah. We're using the level 60 relic here, which is perfectly acceptable. Hopefully they get some upgrades in here. Word of advice, do not heal mid-pull, because you will draw healing aggro. Right. I think we've got one more group. Nope. Second boss. Is he gonna... They've already got it. That would explain. So, with this boss, tank boss in the middle, they're going to be doing a few Ruby Princess. Few skills, one of which is going to turn you into a... Well, it's going to charm you unless you're a crone. So what you want to do, these boxes, one person per box. Don't get... Samurai got hit by it. They're being pulled in, and Coriolis kick is going to go off. Deals damage. I'm healing them. But that is what the boss does. You gotta deal with being charmed. You avoid the charm by going with that. Abyssal Volcano. These two players are gonna get targeted, and then it's gonna be a sewing needle attack. So they're gonna be chased by the fire. The boss will do the kick even without the seduction. And if you happen to run into one of the boxes when you don't need to, you will still be turned into a crone. And you're unable to attack, you're unable to do any offensive things. And you move slower. There goes Coriolis kick. And if you've got ranged attacks, you can do that while that's being cast. That should be all the boss's mechanics. Like Tornado Genesis is a tank buster that's not cast. Okay, we've got the sewing needle coming out again. Run away from it. Seduce is coming out. Get to your very nice work on the ninja's part. Always good to see someone utilizing skills like that. Ninjas have a shadow step-like ability where they can just target where they want to go, and they go. Ending. Okay. Whip. Update. Alright, so we've got the blue and Kyu. look out for the pufferfish, because the pufferfish are going to explode if they get near you as a player. Right around them turns red. And it's a point-blank AoE around where they are. Oh, I already got the... Very nice. So, at my level, I now have only 2,000 to spend mana-wise for casting my heal as a paladin. Move and adjust as needed. And hope that you actually get healed. This was actually a very small pull, too. Thank you, Teeth. Ring offending. Recommended gear, equip. Alright, and this is the last pull. Again. Right, so once these guys are down... Actually gonna run here, open the chest. This is actually kind of where you want to pull these guys, just as a safety area, because the blowfish do not enter there. I think the ninja just got some new weapons. The ninja wants to take the new weapons. Right. Final boss. The Shisui Yohi. Kinda looks like Kukulain's body with a different head. Thick fog. Boss is going to vanish. You're going to get stacking debuff on us. We have to destroy these churns. Once they're all down, splashing in the water is going to explode. Deal point-blank AoE to anybody nearby. But if you are in the water, you can get hit by an AoE while it's moving during that section. Okay, we've got these guys. They are going to mark onto somebody. They are going to do a charge attack. Fight and run. You want to kill these because high damage. Then back on the boss. We're gonna get the next mist phase shortly. Right about now. Yep. Thick fog is rolling in. Pay attention to where the water is. And take damage from the water. When the boss reappears, just pick it up. Welcome in, Brandoom. How are you doing? When the boss reappears, just pick them back up. And Mad Stare, you want to turn away. This is a charm effect. If you get hit by it, you get charmed. We got the Nashi no Kami coming out again. Naishi no Kami. At this point, they will not... okay. Good. Somebody did the smart thing and limit braked. Alright. That was the Shisui of the Violet Tides. I was about to say Ruby Tides. Alright. Nobody... Alright. So that was that place. We're gonna get probably sent back to the bottom of the ocean. Yep. Not doing so great. Sorry to hear that. At the very least, I hope you still have a friend. Gotta go to the other under... Can't fly here yet. I'm gonna go turn this in, and then we're gonna do Susanoo. And then scramble like crap to get to 65 for the next duties. Happy birthday, my friend. I do not have any birthday fanfare that I can play out, because I never thought anybody'd want to spend their birthday with me. But, yes, happy birthday. And I hope that, there's no damage done. I know some people, they get weirded out, and, like, somebody that I had as a good friend, I asked out, and, you know, within like 3 weeks they had removed me from Facebook, and it's just like, well, I can see how you are, and some people just can't handle being friends with someone that asks them out I hope that's not the case for you. Alright. Pools of Tribute. The Pool of Tribute. And sorry, I tend to ramble about stuff like that, so I'm not trying to increase any anxiety or anything. Alright, here we go, going in. The Pool of Tribute. We are going to be fighting against Susanoo. There's a mechanic in this that I know from the extreme mode of it. I ran through it and just like, okay, I got this, and I didn't have it. So if there's a similar mechanic in the normal mode, okay.
Let the rebels begin!
Face the boss away from the party. Make sure you got your tank stance on if you're the tank. We'll get some tank busters. Go off. They do not leave pools. You can move right back in after they go off. Alright, we got a stack mechanic. Running into stack. Popping cooldowns and healing myself. Okay, it looks like they were fighting for threat. I'm good with this. You got the cloud that will appear. Not be standing in the line of the cloud, you will take massive damage. You get marked for this, run away from the group. Make sure there's nobody in the way. My mistake, you want to run behind the group so that people do not have to adjust too far. Get Divine Veil going. Kind of feels like okay. So it's gonna come out, it's gonna hit me. The line. That is a good use of rescue. Wonderful use of rescue. Alright, we got the clouds coming out again. There's two of them this time. You're going to lay down the pattern. You don't want to be standing in it. Repeats a couple times. Dodge out of the way every time if you need to. Otherwise, just keep DPSing the boss.
The seas part for we alone.
Okay. I'm gonna get knocked back. Got this. I'm just gonna move with them so that there is shared damage. Because two people can usually survive. Alright, this is the part that I screwed up before. I am not gonna screw it up this time if I have it. Chance. Where is it? Where is it?
Wild and pure and forever free.
Here we go. Active time maneuver. So when you're doing this maneuver, anybody can do this spot. But you actively have to push against the clash, which I'm doing with both mouse and keyboard. Got it again. So I'm gonna do it again. Flashing again, fighting against it. The rest of the party is attacking the sword, while I am preventing it from coming down.
Rejoice!
Gonna come down, and Kusuno's back up.
Resilient souls, I salute you!
Alright, so that is the most difficult part to get through in this fight. From here on out, it's basically tank and spank while dodging.
Earth and stone at our beck and call!
I take that back. Forgot about this little thing. So, one person is going to be locked in a jail. You need to break them out. As soon as they're out, then you can get back on the boss and you don't have to pay attention to the others. Watch which person gets taken in by that. There will be a triangle above the one that has a person in it. And it will swap a couple times, so pay attention. Let's cover.
Are we alone?
Okay, they're gonna get knocked back. Got that. They can get back to us. Alright. Crap. Oh my god. Yeah, a lot of people got hit by that. Luckily, tanks and healers are still up. I am going to focus on healing for a little bit. Only got 5 in me. Before I gotta recharge my mana. I'm gonna get hit by one. Okay, made it. My last heal. Can't cover him again. Can't heal. I am now tanking. Was gonna pop a cooldown to help protect, but
Earth and stone at our beck and call!
oh, wonderful use of wonderful use of the level 3 healer's limit break. See, yeah, that is a tank buster.
Are we alone?
Pop a cooldown for the tank buster. Called Storm Splitter. These can be dangerous because everybody's usually standing in the same spot. There's a lot of stacking, there's a lot of moving around, so when possible, do not be stacked on anybody else. Just so there's less chance for something to go wrong. Let's Divine Veil again. Storm Splitter. Gonna be massive damage, so I'm preparing with defensive buffs.
The seas part for we alone.
Okay. That's a good way of doing it. Run to the tank so that your knockback is into the wall. Immediately after, we've got the stack mechanic that we've got to avoid. Okay. We're close, we're close. Not over until it's over, though. I've been in parties that have wiped at like 1%. Alright, we're gonna get another tank buster with the Storm Splitter. Gonna be able to pop everything in time, so. And however, Lemon C, heal myself. This is gonna, if somebody limit breaks right now, it should be good. So this one, gonna mark it. Somebody else marked it too, which removed the mark. Tossing out a heal. Popping hallowed ground. Just in time for Storm Splitter to not kill me. Alright, I'm glad we got through that on the first run. That was really fun. Give it to one of the healers. The healers did a good job in there. That was a difficult one for them to heal. Alright, I wasn't ignoring you, Brandoom. I focus on the fights when I do the dungeons because I'm making a learning series of videos. Sorry to hear that you got banned. I don't know anything that's going on there. So, we shall see. Just checking something while I'm auto-moving. I can't teleport there. It's going alright. I'm really behind on this entire series because I need to get through 2 expansions before the expansion drops so that I can continue and, you know, have current content as something that can be watched. And because this character I try to make spoiler-free, I skip storyline and do all just dungeons and whatnot with this character. I'm hoping that I can get there and get spoiler-free stuff out there for people to watch and enjoy, learn from. So I apologize if you felt like I was ignoring you during that. I was absolutely not. Not intentionally, at least. It's been a long time since I've done a lot of these fights. Alright, we have some time to go before we go to the next dungeon, so it's going to be going through a lot of quests. Soon be able to unlock flying. That's the other thing I did, is I tried to grab all of the ether currents that I could. In these zones. Some of the zones I can't get them all because they're split maps, and I haven't unlocked the second part because storyline. So if you can't get the... You're unable to get to the ether currents that you're trying to collect so you can fly, either get a friend with a mount for you, or just progress with the storyline and you will eventually be able to get there. Where are ya? Are you hiding back here? Yes, you're hiding back here. Flustered Fisher. Also worth noting that you can't continue. You can only fly in a zone after you reach a certain point. You have to complete the quest-based ether currents in order to progress. Have Makaze, what do you unlock? Okay, Heaven. Hour of Heaven. Next villager. Unlock. Okay. We're not doing that. That unlocks the Beast Tribe quests for this area, which are the turtle people. I'm gonna go back to Onokoro. So I think what was causing the dropped frame problem, at least for me, was using my GPU to render, and this game is GPU intensive, more so than many of the other games that I play. So it's possible they were fighting for control. We can fly. Flying in this zone makes everything so much better. The plesiosaur can fly. So this is going to unlock the next version of Palace of the Dead. Unlike Palace of the Dead, this only goes down 30 floors. We're not going to be doing this tonight. Just unlocking it so that Heaven on High is what it's called. And this is actually a great way of telling you about why I want to be able to look up, because from this distance, you can't really see it. This tower, goes up ad infinitum. And I wish I could look up and see it. Instead of on there. Need to go to Yangtze next. Look up. Because it's pretty tall tower. Anybody who was watching me when I was climbing onto the roof of Free Company House, we do have a smaller version in the Free Company House. Welcome to Yang, where we can't fly. Nope. Hoping that I can get through all of this in less than a week. Basically just doing the bare minimum in the other games that I play. Have dailies and whatnot, and focusing entirely on this. There may even just be some random streams where I come on just to do the dungeon and then go off. We'll see. I'm approximately 3 million experience away from level 70. An entirely new set of armor. See that I'm about 400,000 short. 500,000 short where I was. I decided to buy it instead of crafting it because time actually an issue right now. I am going to get a lot of money going through all this stuff. So Yangtze is a location that has a chance for certain fates to spawn. Kind of not my favorite method of how they did things. Because one of them cannot spawn if there is like 2 or 3 certain other fates up, so you have to make sure those fates are down. And then when you clear the required fate, within 24 hours, the wanted fate, the one that everybody is just like waiting around for, that actually drops the items that you can trade in for items, will appear. And if it's appeared in like the last 3 hours, I don't think you can get it to spawn. It's just really weird. But it's where a lot of people get well, it's the only place to get box kit and the box ear. I will be able to tell you when I get to Ralger's Reach next. And it's kind of funny for how much that they hyped up. Oh, you can swim in this expansion. It was something that they tried and they didn't really proceed with after the expansion. So, if you don't like the swimming, there's not going to be much of it post Stormblood. If you like the swimming, I'm sorry, but it's not going to be as common. I think there's 2 or 3 instances where you actually swim after the expansion, but it's not required. I'm not saying that as a spoiler, I'm saying that as it's just mechanics that they chose not to continue with. No, it could be Yangxia and it could be Yangxia. Otojiro. Follow Yugiri to Namai village. Yes, I'm heading out. If you want to cut this little bit shorter, when you come in, you can run up and tune yourself so that you don't have to do this all the time. And if you skipped the little bit of help, yeah, I can mount down here. If you skipped the help, to dive, the default is control and space. I don't know what the default is on controller, so I apologize for not knowing. Keyboard and mouse player. Even though I have a controller, I prefer keyboard and mouse because controller just feels too janky for me on this. It's been a while since I've heard a car drive by that the owners are going to need hearing aids. The main reasons that I do not like earbuds, because I like my hearing. Seeing my mother struggle with going deaf. And, music was a big part of her life. She was a choir director for many years, and a singer. And because she cannot hear herself sing anymore, she goes off key because she's out of practice. And enough of people have basically been rude to her about it, regrettably myself included. She just stopped altogether. So yeah, I avoid earbuds. I don't game with headphones because of various reasons I want to go into, but I just don't like things touching my ears. Sensory. Right. Need to complete your quest. Another one right there. We're aiming for a tune. Alright, so this is a place that I got to know very familiarly, because rhino beetles, something they drop is needed to make beetle glue. And there's also a mining section around here, so spent a lot of time mining here as well. So if you decide to come back and watch after the expansion drops, if category is set to Chronicles of Sav, I'm going through on my main character, and that is going to be, there's going to be spoilers if you want to watch that. If you come through and see anything but that, and it is Final Fantasy XIV, good chance it's me on this character doing teaching with no spoilers, or few spoilers if possible. Kind of why I want to clear everything on my main character first, which is going to be difficult in its own right, because I'll actually be paying attention to the storyline on there. Ended gear. And a few pieces of headwear that a bunny can actually wear. Sense a hostile. He was a very hungry caterpillar. Wonder how many caterpillars are carnivorous. I mean, like butterfly caterpillars, not just larvae in general. I know the dragonfly larva is carnivorous. Certain types of mosquito larvae are carnivorous, but I wonder if any butterfly or moth larva is carnivorous. Okay. I know some are. The glowworm. Glowworms will... they'll glow, they'll attract other bugs. At the same time, they will create a sticky thread that they'll hang down from the ceiling from where they're sitting. And they'll glow and they'll spin this thread around and it will connect with something. They'll reel it up and eat it. Invented fishing before humans did. So I am going to be back doing this on Friday. I'm hoping to start really early on Friday. So we can get like at least 6 hours in. Need to go up. over there. I'm hoping to do a longer stream on Friday. I don't know about tomorrow. Don't know about Saturday yet. We will see. Right here, we'll talk to it. The arrowhead. So something interesting that I learned, when you are growing rice, you do not need to flood the fields. It's not a necessity. Rice, one of the few plants that, you know, it doesn't matter how much water is around it, it can grow regardless. Reasons that they like to keep the fields flooded is pest control. A lot of times you have fish and frogs that will live in the water at the same time, and any insects that would come in to attack the rice get eaten. And when you drain it, if you want to, you can collect the fish. Or even go out and use the field as a fishing spot. Just to get a little bit of food protein. Actually would love to try doing some rice fishing, rice farming myself. One of those that seems extremely labor intensive, but also extremely rewarding. That one we've got to open the birdcage and free the house sparrows at the designated location. While we are up here, we will go to that. Scare the birds away. Right. Got that current taken care of. I also like to think that I'm getting better at speaking by doing for pauses and faster and easier. Though some days my brain just doesn't want to work. Have a tender mount. Okay. More main story quests and I'm 70. Then I'll find out if I get a level 70 skill or not. Got a quest for it. 80. Passage of Arms is the level 7 skill. Oh, Falcon Porter. Black Chocobo. Which we are not going to participate in. Basically trying to rescue that little girl from the wolves. Aim for the neck. But I will be right back. I just got summoned, so enjoy the music. I'll be right back. Alright, so we are going to be getting right back into this. You go help with a small task. Okay. We need to start more people. You know, these were actually some of my favorite quests. That just like the sniper in me likes it. Sniper in me really loves that. Got a long way to go. Now that just looks like the car is on fire. Oh. They're taking somebody around to collect the insurance. Which is nice. It's a big weasel. You ever seen a weasel bigger than you? Naga. They do not like me. Alright, lady. So this is the character whose English voice was changed because of extremely bad circumstances. It was between Heaven's Word and Stormblood that happened, if I recall correctly. So one guy, it's shot Frank right in the groin. What was that? Oh no. Right in the butt. Oh, there we go. Level 70. Recommended gear. Everything changes. Less green. Less do we have? I only have one select. I like making it match. By that, so go. Board looks like. Next time I go in town, I will grab some more Celestii. I now have twice as much HP as I did before. Well, maybe not twice as much, but a lot more HP. And like definitely can see a difference when fighting things. Looks like I do need to do the quest to get Passage of Arms. I will be doing that offline. Always do your class quests, job quests, because it unlocks important things for you. It is highly, highly recommended. It makes the game a lot easier for you as well. Passage of Arms, action not learned yet, level 70. All due in care and consideration, you relieve the sleeping soldiers of their uniform. Use Imperial Salute on the guards. Wagi, Hakama, Koka, and Kabuto. 4 items. Five items. I had to kill it. Wouldn't have stopped following me by the time I got here, so... 534 experience points. If you sit around just killing mobs, you can level up. Takes forever. The mage. Wondering what that noise was. It. Use the medicine on this one. Go home. Now we must find Yugiri again. Yeah, I might say some of these names a bit strangely, but it's because I'm trying to pronounce them properly. So, I don't know. Right? Yugiri is supposed to be, Jeez. Ninja. And, yeah. Kind of where a lot of the, lore for this area comes from. So, in a side note, a very interesting thing I came across, there is an almost surefire way of... One sec. A whole colony of frogs in my throat. That was not... That was descriptive and not in the way that I meant it to be. So I apologize if that was... No, interesting fact that I came across. There is a way to stop yourself from hiccuping. And... a lot of the stuff that comes with, involuntary spasm is... you're trying to stop yourself from doing it by doing various methods, you know, hanging upside down, drinking water, but the one method that, well, there's one method that's medically proven to do it, but it's not one that is easy to do in public. But the other method that actually has a very high success rate is try to make yourself hiccup. You try to force yourself into having another hiccup. And there's a very high chance that while you're sitting there trying to make yourself hiccup, everything's going to reset itself more or less. So if you have the hiccups, want them to stop, try to make yourself hiccup. Not 100%. Gotta actively try to make yourself hiccup. I will occasionally give myself the hiccups while trying to clear my throat. That has helped me since I discovered it. Maybe I should just start taking the gear so that I can sell it. Or there are going to be players that are advancing the game after the expansion comes out, but haven't reached that point in the game. Level 64. Teleport to Namai instead of having to dive under and do things. Yosen. Found her. Rendezvous with... Wow, I'm really going all the way out there. One thing I do greatly appreciate about this game is the quest item. Quest item section here. So that, you know, if you're stuck on a quest for a while, or, you know, you just get taken away from the quest. Quest items are separated so that they're not, mixed in and potentially confusing you as to what is this item for? Oh, it's a quest item. You're not like games that you have to have all the quest items in your actual inventory. Especially when inventory is at a premium. Where's the nearest Aether? Ah! 188 to the west. 228 to the west. Want to run over stuff. We don't want to swim and then remount. I would have seen. Definitely would have seen this one. I actually am curious if... I don't think you'd be able to go through these walls, eventually. Separates the north and south parts from each other, so that's the way that you travel between parts. And because of the way the map is set up, you have to go through one of those. There's no going around it. And the Yuzuka Manor. Now, is that Bifeng or Bifeng? I think it's Bifeng because there is, or it could be Bifeng. No hyphen, so it would be two teeth. Alright. Oh, we got an instance. Above level 66 will be synced. The nice thing about this is it just syncs your level, it does not sync your gear. So if you've got... Well, it syncs the gear the way it does in dungeons, so... Just continue doing what you're doing. The nice thing about doing this as a paladin, you can deal damage and heal relatively well.
This day you die. Leave this to me.
All right. us put you to the proof.
No, I must fight on. I must.
Yeah. Run, beast, run! Yeah. 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 Give me something to remember. Yeah. Yeah.
I was doing good against him.
Yeah.
We got to get him down to 95%.
Run, beast, run! Don't stop now. I see.
Oh. We beat it. Belts are not going to be an item after the expansion hits. I didn't take any of those to sell. Windleby Dazzler. Oh. Going to actually use it? There you go. Alright, so I think that was the thing that was causing the dropped frames. Because it's been 2 hours and I'm sitting at 0 dropped frames. Could be wrong, but hope we've figured it out. So what I'm hoping to do tonight is make it to 65 dungeon. Get to the clear the 65 dungeon, and then move on to the next section the next day that I stream this. We'll see where we get tonight. I'm feeling spry enough to actually continue going for a few hours, I think. Knock on wood. Meanwhile... More belts, more belts. Alright, so we've got a few of the... See, are these all... No. Don't know what that one does. In a seedling in a vial of wood vinegar. That is one. Purge the cowardly lupin. Remember, all the quests that have a plus are content locks. There's something you gotta do to unlock things behind that quest. Don't remember exactly what they are. So, going to find out. Location. Follow you need to study. It's gonna be faster to go. Alright, quest what? 17 of 30. 17 of 30. Inobi. Don't know what Mino means, but B is one of the words for light. Like, well, B is a word for fire. So is he. Depends on how it is used, what, where the particle is being used. Like, Hanabi is fireworks, or literally, fire flower. Hana, which is flower, and B, which one rendition of fire. Alright, we're going to Yanks, or we're going to, Yasm Step. Is the 65 dungeon? 65 dungeon is that one. Okay. That'll be nice. Okay, they just vanished. Which is usually... Usually if a player just vanishes like that, they're... is... I'd have to go back and check, but... Didn't look like they were in a dungeon queue. Question is, are all three active? All three are active. Third one was not active during the actual, until the Beast Tribe became available. New Aetheryte. Chat mode is Sensei. Enter a phrase containing mall to search for a mall woman. Selecting the character. Add a current over. A current over here? Oh, sheesh. This. Down. Let me get over the wall. It will. Worth it. Now, if memory serves, I think the level 65 dungeon, since we're on the Asm step, level 65 dungeon might be an interesting one. But that also might be a level 67 dungeon. I don't know how far into the storyline we have to get, and I thought that was close to the end, the dungeon that I'm thinking of. I thought it was close to the end of dealing with the Asm Step portion of the storyline. What I'm thinking is Bardam's Medal. So, we shall find out. We shall find out. Let's grab aiming. Oh, striking is used for more. Well, I didn't know there was going to be an entry there. Thought it would just go around. You on a Pegasus? Go, Pegasus. Grab aiming. Gotta go north. Covered a new location. Holy Mammoth. Hey, we got a Falcon Porter here. Went to the giant structure. Oh, gun, staff, book. Grab the gun this time. Again. Gosetsu. Started late today. And I wanted to. Ancient Matamata. Giant land tortoises. Ooh, down. Ah. Shoo. Yes, that's what we wanted to do. Always nice to see an auction go. Hey, where are you, Lise? You're south. Her name I don't know how to pronounce. With traditional Japanese pronunciation, Issei. Explicitly spelled with an L. So Lise or Lise? Or Lice? So I do not think they would name her Lice. Wednesday. Wednesday? Wednesday. Time goes by fast. Boisterous mall boy. One thing I know I've mentioned before that is really great about this game is if you're gathering, your gathering nodes are different than other people's nodes. There's no fighting for resources, there is just go about it in your own way, get your stuff. You don't have to be, oh no, get away from my resource node. Oh no, you can't catch my fish. Just making it a competition kind of ruins it a bit for me. I mean, if there's supposed to be resource scarcity on this in the game, then I can see why you would do limited resources like that, but I like the way they do it here. Game is more about community, less about infighting. Let's grab the Uchi Katana. I knew how knots kept in my hair, and I mean like an actual knot. Not just hair that gets like tangled together. So with the new expansion, it's going to be worth noting that the thing that prevents a lot of people from moving forward in the expansions is the fact that you have to level up. Like right now I've been going through these quests relatively quickly because the experience is actually keeping up with and matching me. Outpacing me, to be fair. But when Endwalker hits, you might be level 81, and the next quest that you've got is 82, but you're only halfway through 81. So you're gonna have to spend some time leveling between the quests to just advance the storyline. In the past, doing stuff like Heaven on High or the House of the Dead has been good for that. I personally enjoy doing Fates, but they don't offer as much XP as alternatives. But as a DPS, in previous expansions, I'd do Fates while in a dungeon queue. Because dungeons do give relatively high amount of experience. And what I might do, because I didn't realize Wondrous Tales were offered a crap ton of experience, is preload a Wondrous Tales so that I've got a little buffer of experience as soon as I start. I don't know if that'll work, but it's an idea. And what I mean by preload, I mean the week that the expansion is going to be coming out, the week before getting myself a Wondrous Tales and filling it, because that will give me another option for having another Wondrous Tales the week that the game actually, or that the expansion drops. So that is something to at least give you a little bit of buffer. Then you can wait until you hit like 81 before you turn in the second one to get more experience, because you notice as soon as I hit 70, it went up by about 1 million. Okay, so we are going to do this dungeon, and then we are going to call it for tonight. Pause. Alright. So this one, Bardam's Medal. I think we got through a lot today in a relatively short amount of time. When we get to the Shadowbringers dungeons, those are going to be they're going to be fun. They're going to be longer. They're going to be interesting. There's a good chance you're going to be asking yourself what the heck is going on. Because a lot of the things that happen in those dungeons are related to storyline, and I don't think it would really be a spoiler watching what happens in those dungeons, but watching the story, of course, is going to be a spoiler. In the past, being a tank was an instant queue. Nobody wanted to tank. They were coming from other games where tanking was basically, the tank was the one responsible for everything that happened. Healer doesn't heal you, you die. It's the tank's fault for not picking up the ad. Been just a lot of shenanigans. I'm gonna pistol whip the next person that says shenanigans. Your currents. Wrong thing. Compass to the southwest. Be up on that plateau. You're gonna be up on that plateau, aren't you? Don't know if I can get up there yet. Done. Varus. Varus. Southwest still. To the north. Yep, it's gonna be up there. Possibly in here? In here. Compass. Southwest. Remember when there used to be more airlines? Actually be competition airlines. Kept ticket prices relatively low. Well, there aren't very many airlines, and they do what they can to keep the prices high. Kind of like internet country. Yeah, there's a no monopoly clause that's in effect, but when the companies decide, yeah, we're not going to infringe on your territory, we're not going to compete with you directly, kind of makes all those rules out of the window. Following the letter of the law, but not the spirit. Kind of messed up, in my opinion. Behind that or on that? West. Right there. Go, ether current, I am collecting you. East. Up there. Manza City. There. Why do I always get west and east up in these? Well, time of the day could also be what's causing the lack of players. Does any of the ones in the middle, I'm not going to be able to do the... I think is where it's sending me next. Sending me there. Ochu. Chaochu. So fierce looking. Peacock mount. That's new. Me. The north. Audience and travels. Got 4 left to get. None of the storyline ones. Quest one. Zal Hakai. Yep. Up there. Can't get that one. I can't get that one until I've done a few things. I can get access. Go and look. West. Northwest. Gonna be one right up there. 95 to the north. Yep, right there. I grabbed that when I came up here before. You like lore, just like little random facts. Spend some time and Google or go on Wiki and look at the names of some of these creatures because almost everything has a like real life counterpart or a mythological counterpart. Already 3 more. There. All right. All right, let's do this. Maybe. Maybe let's do this. Apologies for that. Please, someone click. Please. maybe we won't be doing that. Bardam's Medal. There's a story one, so we're gonna skip the cutscenes. Do the tank, open up, toss on your happy little threat generator. I'm just gonna pull the two groups for now. The how well the healer does. Sure that I can get the thing off the healer. Forgot that those things path. So these greater Gulos will path. When you get up to the door, gateway, door, whatever you want to call it. Sorry, was paying attention to not dying there. So you're gonna have two of these guys standing here. You want to grab them both. The face is going to be doing random damage to the party. Make sure you kill. Once they're down, the door should open. Falling down. Advice, if you're running a dungeon, don't run ahead of the tank. This is just common sense. The tank pauses someplace. Stop for a second. Running ahead is a sure way to make sure that you get aggro. You don't really want to have aggro unless you're the tank. I know some people do enjoy, speedrunning stuff, but recommended not to speedrun when you are with a finder group. And right there, opened with a heal. Alright, after we defeat this wall, we are going to the first boss, Goddallah. And, seems like somebody wants to tank stuff. So with this boss, he is going to do a bunch of things. You've got to pay attention to these animals on the outside. Crumbling dust is going to be random targets on the ground. He's going to charge somebody. When you get targeted with the charge, you want to run behind a group of animals. You want to make sure the animals get hit, because it wakes all the animals up, and they will basically keep you from taking damage. Some will run off. Crumbling crust, be ready to move if you need to. Next charge is going to be coming soon. Yep. Bling crust. Yep. Going on Dancer this time. And you're gonna see what happens when you don't hide behind the animals. Huh? Maybe not. Maybe I'm thinking of a different fight that the animals actually do something to prevent damage. But basically, you want to run and be far away from the boss when he does the charge, because damage is based on distance. Alright. This trash. Once you kill the trash, move forward. Hammers will lift along here. That is what happens when you have a DP healer on a big pull. In a situation like this, you just try to kill as many as you can before you wipe. Popped multiple cooldowns on that one and still went down. So, lesson. Doesn't seem to be a good day for me to do big pulls. This is one of those situations where, they apparently wanted to tank it. The moment it goes onto the healer is the moment that I pick it up. I'm not going in there for this. You gonna come? Alright. This boss. You don't really engage in much combat in this. He's going to do a visual thing. You're going to get hit a couple times with Bardom's Price. If you get hit with it more than once, then you are stunned and you are out of the running for the round. And that is all this is dodging what you need to dodge and standing where you're supposed to stand. At the end of each round, this is going to be sewing needle type of thing. And usually you can stay in your own little quadrant and avoid being hit. So this is really a fight that is dodging and doing what you're supposed to do. There is no combat in this fight. Alright, 4 of these will come down. Only one of them will survive. So you've got to dodge, you've got to make sure you are paying attention to which one is surviving, because some of them will blow up. In does the reverse. You want to hide. And I know it was difficult to see because of where I'm located and where the wall is. But as soon as that one touches down, third trial is overcome, and the fight is over. One of the easiest fights in the game if you can pay attention to what is going on around you. This is a section that is fun. So, along here, you want to get up next to one of the walls, because as soon as the gates open, there's going to be something rolling down that's going to cause issues. At least I believe that's what happens here. It's been a while since I've been here. They could have changed mechanics. Oh, there goes the iron ball. Second iron ball. Third one. Since they are both ranged DPS, I don't really have to move. They can hit from wherever they're standing. And I do apologize for my pettiness earlier. I just... multiple times in the same dungeon, I just got kind of fed up. One little fact about these units, these Kun Shavar. They are modeled after characters from the Final Fantasy XI. Boss appears. Read. The y'all. Y'all here? We're all here. I will explain the fight as it goes. I don't 100% remember the fight. Wind Unbound creates globes at the edge. Do not be stacked if you've got the red mark on you. The globes at the edge are going to shoot stuff out periodically. Marks on you will deal damage. If you're stacked on other people, it increases damage. Okay, Eye of the Fierce, look away. If you do not look away for Eye of the Fierce, you are going to become charmed like both the DPS were. Okay, boss disappears and summons the Corpse Cleanser Eagle. There are going to be a couple of these, I believe. Boss is going to drop down here on the map and rush through, so you don't want to be standing in the path of the boss when it comes down. Make sure to be dodging everything that comes up. The boss is going to shoot straight across in the direction that it's facing. But all in all, it's a relatively easy fight. Pay attention to where things are landing. Pay attention to where everybody else is standing. If this is got a bunch of melee DPS, it can be harder. Okay. This is where you would want to use the limit break. Destroy the wings. The boss is going to be ready. You get marked with the green thing. I don't exactly know what that does. I think it's the knockback that hit me. So, again, apologies for losing my cool in here. Have a wonderful, wonderful evening. Okay. So, that is Bartram's Medal. And we are going to be calling it right around here. So, thank thank you everybody that came in to watch. I appreciate you being here. And the whistle was from the cutscene that was happening, so pay it no mind. Alright, yeah, I hope that you enjoyed. Let's go and show some love to Hell's Too Cold. It's his, streamiversary. He's still going. I think he was doing Phasmophobia earlier, so we're gonna go over and show him some love. Hope that you all have yourselves a good evening. I will see you again on Friday. For sure, Friday. I'm gonna try to start. I'm not gonna give a time because I fail on doing times, but I'm gonna try to start earlier than I was today. So, have a good night. Take care of yourself. Take care of others. Please be safe. And see you soon.